Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, we are going to be discussing a huge trade right now that is generating a lot of traction. But before we get going on that, if you guys are enjoying these NBA, rumors and news and recap type of videos, be sure to drop that like as always, guys. Great for the YouTube algorithm, helping me grow the channel and everything. And of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel so you never miss these type of videos, right? But here we go. We got from Jake L. Fisher. The Pelicans have generated traction with the Grizzlies in a deal that would send the 10th pick and Eric Bledsoe to the Memphis Grizzlies for the 17th pick. So essentially, what the Pelicans are doing is they are literally trading up 7 picks, man, which I know it's a deep draft, but 7 picks going from, a top 10 pick to not being in the lottery anymore is still pretty damn significant, even in a, deep draft and everything. But they're doing this essentially just to get rid of Eric Bledsoe, right? Not quite. So the reason this type of trade would be going down, I guess we'll go ahead and look at, let's go to teams real quick here, man. Looking over here at the Pelicans, wherever they are at. Here we go, man. New Orleans Pelicans. We know their roster and everything at this point. But, the thing about the Pelicans is that, for one, Eric Bledsoe does not really fit in very well with this team. He's just not really the point guard you want playing alongside, Zion Williamson and also Brandon Ingram. But also, chances are Lonzo Ball is probably going to be gone. There's a lot of rumors out there of him going to the Clippers or back to the Lakers for the Chicago Bulls, New York Knicks, all sort of teams. So he's probably gone, right, man? So really, the idea here is going to be trying to get the man from, well, I guess he's currently off contract, but from the Toronto Raptors, being Kyle Lowry. Yes, they are very interested in going for Kyle Lowry. Now, obviously, Kyle Lowry is probably looking for, I'm going to say a 3 or 4 year, probably $25 million season deal. So, essentially, by trading down in the draft, they get rid of Eric Bledsoe's contract. Maybe the Pelicans are at a point where they're just we have enough young talent as it is. We don't really need that top pick, right? We don't really need that top 10 pick. We'd much rather have the money freed up to get Kyle Lowry and still get, a decent prospect at least, to say the very least, right, man? But let's go ahead and hit up this team needs, because I was looking at this earlier, and I was actually looking at the, where are we at, man? At the Grizzlies, Memphis Grizzlies. Yes. And as you guys see right there, it says their point guard need is low, which means it's why would they trade for Eric Bledsoe, if they don't really need a point guard like that. But, I was looking kind of closer at the Memphis Grizzlies roster, and obviously, in this case, Eric Bledsoe is going to be coming off the bench. Now, there's probably a small chance you could see Eric Bledsoe just getting bought out and getting a chance to go to a different team. But also, out of it too, the Memphis Grizzlies, they are getting a top 10 pick now, right? Which is absolutely huge. But you really look at the other point guards of this team, obviously John Morant's the starter. But outside of him, you got Tyus Jones. I don't really know how Tyus was this season. I don't think it's gonna. Here, let's go to his profile real quick here. So, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists per game. Not bad numbers for a backup point guard. Obviously, room for improvement though, to say the least. And they got Tim Frazier. I know he's typically goes on a lot of 10-day contracts or whatever, something like that. So, in my opinion, they actually could use Eric Bledsoe. I do think his defense off the bench and everything would be actually pretty damn useful for this team. So, I don't know if I actually showed his stats here on the season, but Eric Bledsoe on the season. Still getting used to this website, by the way, so kind of bear with me. I was literally just on it, man. Here we go. You got to go to Eric Bledsoe. Nope. Bro, it's not working, man. Oh, here we go, profile. My bad. This season, he was at 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists per game. And if you look closer at his stats, he's shot about 35% from 3. So not the greatest, but he doesn't really shoot the most of them out there anyway. We all know Eric Bledsoe is still a pretty solid defender. So him being like a 6-man, I think does kind of work in this day and age for him, right? So I actually kind of like the idea of him over on the Grizzlies and everything. But also, let's go ahead and check out these... Yeah, the draft prospects, kind of see who's going to be available there. So, yes, the Pelicans would now have the 17th pick. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So, at this point, you could go for a Sharif Cooper. If Moses Moody's there, that would be a huge W. Isaiah Jackson, although I guess maybe for a backup power forward would be okay. Jared Butler. There is a lot of good point guards out here. So, really a chance. I do think that... with the Pelicans, if they can get one of these point guards and just kind of develop them, they would be completely fine with that. But then you're looking over at the Memphis Grizzlies, getting that top 10 pick, and damn, that can change so much for them too. At that point, you're looking at maybe a decent shooting guard. I actually kind of like the idea of a Franz Wagner over on the Memphis Grizzlies, just because he is kind of one of those jack of all trades, can do a little bit of everything type of players. that I really think could work in their lineup. So they could go for more of a prospect with like a Josh Giddey or also a Jalen Johnson, Corey Kispert for some three-point shooting. A lot of different ways to look at that, man, with a top 10 pick. So, yeah, what do you guys think in the comment section below? Let me know. We're going to go ahead now and hit up the trade machine. I kind of want to see what these teams are looking like, too, with these players on them, right? So let's go over here, make sure the trade actually even works, too. Let's pull up the Memphis Grizzlies first. So Grizzlies 38-34 on the season. And the second team we're pulling up here is going to be the Pelicans, who are 31-41. Okay, so we are going to be having Eric Bledsoe traded to the Grizzlies. We're going to have that pick sent over. Top 10 pick going over to the Grizzlies. And then their pick is going to be going over to the Pelicans, trade to the Pelicans. And then what we're actually going to do next here, man, is try if we're going to add on a third team right here, man. And for the third team, we're going to add on the Raptors. They're not going to be a big part of this, but we're going to send Kyle Lowry over to, he would go to the Pelicans, man. Yeah, he'd be on the Pelicans. So, and, yeah, this is interesting team. So we're going to try the trade. I don't think it's going to work because obviously Kyle Lowry's contract, we don't know what's going to be stuff, and the Raptors are getting nobody back in this deal, but we'll see if it works. And it's probably going to say failed. Yeah, don't really, don't keep that in mind. The cap space is going to be different in the offseason. So based off this alone, it has the Grizzlies actually going +3 in the win column, man. +3 in the win column. Like, it's not like Eric Bledsoe, he said he's a primary ball handler. That will be nice running that second unit. That pick's going to be great for them. For the Pelicans, it says, their plus minus doesn't really change. But once again, I do think Kyle Lowry is a huge upgrade for the Pelicans in particular over Eric Bledsoe. Plus, I just think he's an upgrade in general. So, yeah, I think again, the 17th pick and everything will be great. And the Raptors, like I said, at that point, you're probably looking at Fred VanVleet being the starting point guard. Maybe they get Jalen Suggs. He's the starter, and Fred VanVleet's the 2 spot. Something along those lines, right, man? But overall, like I do like the trade for both sides. What's man, you got some crazy stuff on here, man. This is kind of cool. Player contracts. What the hell is agent directory? I'm just kind of. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, man. Yo, this website is awesome, guys. It is fanspo.com, by the way. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I've just been using this like crazy because I really, really like it. But yeah, I do want to go back to the teams real quick here because looking at the Toronto Raptors, I kind of want to see what Kyle Lowry would actually bring to that Pelicans team. Let's go to his player profile. And yeah, this previous season, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists per game. So you guys let me know, man. Do you feel like a team of Kyle Lowry, Brandon Ingram, and Zion, is that a championship team? Eric Bledsoe getting traded away, bringing in that pick. You're probably seeing Steven Adams getting traded at some point too. I know there was talks of doing that. But I think it's a fair trade, man. I think it's a fair trade. I don't think the Pelicans, I didn't really take a close look at their roster. Pelicans. Someday I'll get good at my ABCs. Yeah, between already having like Jackson Hayes, who's pretty damn young, Kara Lewis Jr., Nickeil Alexander-Walker, this team's got some really young players. So I could see where they just are like, we don't really need a top 10 pick. Last season, we didn't really play the greatest. And all things considered, we think we're going to be a playoff team next year, right? So it's like we don't really need like another young project. We got plenty of those as is. Let's get some veterans. Eric Bledsoe don't fit. Let's get Kyle Lowry. Let's still get a good player out of things too, man. So that's all we got for this video. Man, be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace out, my friends.